Hello, and some of you guys may have noticed the PS4 was announced last night, and my god, I was excited. I was up till like 2 AM watching the announcement reveal video and sort of live stream, and I was pretty stoked about it. I'm pretty excited. There's a few things I didn't like, and a few things I really liked. I was quite pleased that they did show quite a bit of software and new games and stuff, and that was quite exciting. But there's a few little things I wasn't amazed by. It was like I would have liked to have been blown away a little bit more by the console. Obviously, we didn't actually see the console itself, which is a little bit disappointing. But yeah, overall, I was pretty impressed. I'll give it like a solid grade. I'll probably grade it towards the end of the video. But this video will be purely about the software and hardware that's been announced. I'll talk about games in another video, but this would be purely about the hardware, the controller, the software that we've seen so far, and stuff like that. So I guess first we'll start off with the logo. The logo looks very, very similar to the last logo, just literally it's changed to a little 4. Normally, I wasn't really expecting this, to be honest, because I think the PS4, actually the number 4 is actually unlucky in Japan. So I was thinking there may be some changes there, maybe like a completely new name. But they've stuck with the PlayStation brand, which is obviously quite a strong name in the industry. So I understand that completely. So the actual console is actually classed as a supercharged PC. I'll do that in brackets. Not really sure what that means, to be honest. Just means a very powerful, zooped up PC. The thing with consoles, they can sort of demand more from the hardware. They can sort of push that little bit of sort of almost like overclocking the PC to like perfection, so it sort of runs perfectly. But we are running on an AMD 8-core processor, which is pretty impressive for a console. And the RAM we're going to use is DDR5, which is normally used in like graphics cards and stuff. And we haven't really seen it actually in a normal PC, which is quite impressive. So we've got 8 GB of that. We have a normal disk drive, DVD disk drive, which runs at sort of an 8 speed, and got a Blu-ray which runs at a 6 speed. So Blu-ray is coming back to the console. On the console itself, it's actually have a very fast USB 3 port, which is very, very nice. Obviously, a lot of hardware, external hard drives are moving towards USB 3 because it's a lot quicker. It's like 10 times faster than USB 2, which is very, very impressive and a good addition to the console. Also, we have wide and wireless internet, which is quite nice. Again, that's just very basic. Obviously, got like an internet port or something in the back. It's running off the HDMI cable, and it's got an optical audio as well, which is all very impressive. Nothing like amazing, like a whole new outlook on the outputs or anything like that. It's very basic. It's still standard. So that's pretty impressive though. Even the graphics card is quite impressive. It's running on the next generation of AMD graphics cards, which is very, very nice. It's not even been announced yet, but we have a new graphics card inside, which is very, very nice. The controller is, I think it's probably based off the DualShock, but it does look quite different. I imagine it's going to feel a little bit more heavier, a little bit more different in your hands, but it does look very similar to what we've seen before. Obviously, you've got a nice little touch screen on the front, which I'm not really sure how that's going to work, to be honest. You have like a share button, an option button, and we still have the PS button in the middle. But everything does feel quite similar. It does look quite nice. I'm just a little bit more refined in areas. Hopefully the buttons are a little bit more responsive. Got this new like sort of dipped analog stick now compared to the old dome we used to have. But I think the people have been quite negative about the controller. The only thing I don't like is that stupid share button. I don't like this whole share aspect of the new console. It's like share your screenshots, share your gameplay. There's already enough of that on YouTube, like with obviously myself and other YouTubers sharing gameplay and doing walkthroughs and stuff. I think it's already come to the point where it's almost oversaturated. We don't really need any more screenshots and videos going up, to be honest. As YouTube's already growing in the gaming industry, and I think we need to sort of slow that down a bit, and this sharing aspect might not be very good for people. I don't think it's just going to be one of those sort of things that people were excited about for like a week. They take a screenshot of something or something, perhaps show their friends, which is quite cool, I guess. But I really can't see the reason why I'd personally want to use it. So I don't really feel like anyone else would. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I think the share function is a little bit negative and a little bit crappy, in my opinion. But that's just, yeah. You guys might be interested in that. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, the controller is, I think it's quite cool. It's a little bit different. It's quite funky. The touchscreen could be useful. It's very similar to like the Vita on the back. It's got potential to be very, very cool. We had remote play, which is quite cool. I didn't really use that too much with this generation, but it could have potential, perhaps. I guess if you've got like one TV in the house and you want to carry on playing, you can carry on playing on your Vita which is quite a narrow audience for me, but it does have potential to be quite cool. The new display, which I'll hopefully have screenshots of up in the video, is very much like a sort of Windows 8 sort of theme, like a sort of touchscreen sort of thing. So it's a little bit more cleaner. It's going towards the sort of Microsoft route. It does look a little better in my opinion, but not dramatically different. Obviously, I'm sure it'll be updated a lot more since the actual release comes out in later this year. But obviously, it does focus on the trophies, streaming your games now. You can actually sort of you can download the game, you can install it to your PS3, and it starts working straight away. So none of this sort of downloading 8 gigabytes. As soon as you click download, you can start playing the game. It will download the rest in the background. I have no clue how that will work, but it sounds pretty awesome. Because obviously we're going to start going towards the more sort of download experience for games. The disc base will be slowly fading during the next generation, I think. It's when it starts seeing more downloads. All the old services will be coming back, like Netflix and all that, so if you're interested in that sort of stuff, if you're interested in your PS4 being your multimedia device, it will do that for you as well as obviously streaming games. And apparently one of the new features, you'll be able to stream your gameplay straight to like Ustream and stuff like that, which again is, I'm not really sure what the point of that is, but it's obviously one of those share functions. You can share all the screenshots and stuff, like I said already before, share videos to YouTube and that sort of stuff. They mentioned like the social aspects of the console as well. They mentioned Facebook. Didn't mention Twitter, which is a bit random, but I'm guessing Twitter will come onto that at some point. In the UK, I've seen prices for around £400, which is actually quite expensive. But I imagine in the US and in Japan it will be a little bit cheaper maybe, because the US tend to get their consoles a little bit cheaper and their games. So I'm guessing it may be around $500-ish maybe. Obviously the conversion rate works out that the pound's obviously more than the US dollar. But yes, it is quite a pricey console. But considering it's got like an 8-core processor, the amount of potential this console has is pretty big. Obviously they're going to wait until we see like a Microsoft version of the next gen to sort of refine that price and perhaps try and make the console a little bit cheaper, depending on what Xbox do. Because they don't want to sort of jump the gun and go, this console is going to be $600 and it's going to cost you loads of money. Because it's Epic, but obviously the Xbox could come out a lot cheaper and be just as powerful. So they'd be very, very careful about that. Really, very careful. Because if Microsoft come out with a nice cheap little console, PS4 and Sony will be in trouble. So the hardware and the software did seem quite impressive. Nothing like staggeringly amazing, but the console specs are very, very impressive. The software could do with a little bit of work, a little bit more refinement on the layout and stuff. It does look a little bit too much like Windows to me. When I see something really impressed me, it just wows me and it's easy to use, very functional. I do like the fact that apparently you can turn off the game at any point, turn the console off, turn it back on, and your game will continue from that point on. So if you leave it at level 4 halfway through, come back and it'll be exactly at the point you left off, which is actually a really nice feature, and I really do like that. But the console has a lot of potential. I'm pretty excited. I would like to see a few more games, but I'll talk about that in the next video. But the software and hardware does seem pretty solid. The controller's a little bit iffy. It's very positive in different aspects. It looks a little bit more refined, got a nice little grip around it as well. The buttons look nice. It does come with a little Move controller, and that comes with the Move already on the controller, and it comes with a camera now as well, so you can sort of detect the movements using the light on the controller, which is a bit weird, because the Move controller didn't do that well in the PS3 generation, but we'll see how that works. Overall, I'll give it a solid B- C+ for the console and hardware. I would like to see in the box as well, a nice like really cool box that we could look at, but obviously that's probably not been confirmed yet, because it's quite an early announcement for the console, so I guess they don't want to show us a box yet, but hopefully we will see something very, very soon. So do subscribe, like the video and stuff if you enjoyed. Tomorrow I'll be doing one about the games and what I think of the game so far. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Come back really, really soon. Bye.